slice and dice it however
yeah.
you want to do it. What's an SME before I?
Small, medium enterprise.
Got it. All right.
Well, you can just say small businesses. It doesn't have to be SME,
Well,
but yeah.
we'll figure out a way to voice
However
that
you want
stuff
it,
in afterwards, right? So you good to go?
I'm good to go.
All right. So Kevin, what makes Mentor a unique business destination for international SMEs looking to access the U.S. market?
Well, I think we really offer in the City Mentor accessibility and affordability. This is a market that is within 60% of, I'm sorry, I just screwed it up.
Okay.
That's,
Hey, you know what? I'm going to stop you. Your glasses are a little off.
Oh, they
Let's
crooked?
straighten those out.
All right. Better?
Better, yes, definitely.
Much better?
Okay.
Okay. No, that's,
Do you want me to ask the question again? Or you want
Yeah.
me to prompt you? Okay.
Yeah.
So Kevin, tell us what makes Mentor a unique business destination for international SMEs looking to access the U.S. market.
Mentor's a really unique market for international companies looking to come into the United States because we really offer accessibility and affordability that other markets just don't. We're within 500 miles of 60% of both the U.S. and Canadian populations. You have a diverse economic ecosystem that exists here in a variety of different sectors. You know, any company that comes in, we usually can help them in some way. You know, they just need a helping hand, they need guidance, they need introductions. Those are the things that we really specialize in here at the City of Mentor. We want to make sure customers feel welcome. When businesses feel welcome, we want to make sure that they have a helping hand to be introduced to, whether it be people in research institutions, people in academic institutions, different types of suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, if they're making a good here and they need to have someone in contract manufacturing. All of those different entities we have warm relationships with. They're welcoming to international businesses that are looking to come in here. They're enthusiastic to help international businesses coming in here because they want to show off our area and all the great assets and attributes we have here in the City of Mentor.
Tell us a little bit about the business environment in the City of Mentor, the ecosystem which you had brought up. So I mean, we have a diverse range of companies here. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
We do. We have a tremendous manufacturing background here, which kind of leads into everything else. There's over 300 manufacturers that we have here, and those range from major employers like Steris and Avery Dennison and Lincoln Electric to smaller businesses that may have 20 employees, may have 50 employees, up to 100, to even small machine shops that are out there that still do really important work for the supply chain in a variety of different fields. But you also have a strong retail sector. It's a really vibrant, diverse economy, and that comes back to the whole concept that we can really help anybody because we've got context in so many sectors. We do specialize in healthcare, med tech, and aerospace, a bit of also contract and precision manufacturing. But if you look at some of the companies that have visited here, we have people that work in food preparation. We have companies that work in the digital space that do really amazing 3D renderings for some of our manufacturing and those involved in aerospace, those types of companies that are here. So we really can try to help anybody as long as we have some contacts within the space.
It sounds like we've got enough of a base here. There are different touch points, touchstones rather, and offers an opportunity for people to enter new markets as they enter this one. Could you elaborate on that a little bit? Or?
Sure. So obviously, if you're looking at the United States, it's like 50 different small countries. And every one of them has its great attributes, and everybody wants to perhaps do business throughout the country. That's where you need a place like the City of Mentor to help you establish a beachhead, establish your presence here, and then you can go off to do business all across the United States. It's a very easy thing to do at that point. But just to plop down and say, well, I want to be in this major city, I want to be on the East Coast, I want to be in the West Coast, that's all fine and good, but you need to have people that are willing to help you provide a soft landing for your business and set up all the different types of attributes you might need. Accountants. You might need an attorney to help you get your registration, your business registration set up and so forth. Immigration, worrying about any types of visa statuses that might be out there. You may have a product that then needs to be regulated by the Food and Drug Administration or something along that. We can provide and facilitate all and any of those types of actors that would be able to help you set up here. And then you're comfortable enough here in the City of Mentor, you're set up, you hopefully have some customers that we've hopefully made some introductions for you to get established, some partners here to do business, and then you can go ahead and work in a state like New York or Massachusetts or California or wherever else, because you will have that base, you'll be comfortable here, and then you can access the entire U.S. market. It'll all be at your fingertips at that point in time.
You know, one interesting aspect is the aspect of affordability. We've got the expertise here. You can get it at a discount, right?
You can get it at a discount. It's on average sometimes 15, 20% cheaper to do business here in Mentor in the state of Ohio than it is in many other states. And it comes down again to that accessibility that we have now too. If we're looking at the European markets, we now have a nonstop direct flight to Dublin on Aer Lingus that runs 4 times a week. And we've had a variety of companies already visit within the last year and a half of the inauguration of that flight, and they are only coming here because we have that accessibility. It runs, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that ability for people to go through U.S. Customs in Dublin, get on the plane, walk right off the plane when they arrive at Cleveland Hopkins Airport, just about a half hour here from the city of Mentor, and we're oftentimes there to pick you up when you want to come for your first visit. That'll allow you to feel just that level of comfort, that level of accessibility, not having to get hung up in an airport on the East Coast trying to get to someplace else. And it provides you that direct access right into the U.S. Midwest region.
Let's talk about the Midwest economy beyond Mentor in and of itself. We have a burgeoning biomedical sector that's growing. Intel's new plant is moving in about 2 hours away. How's Mentor fit into this?
Mentor is a vibrant part of that entire puzzle that exists there, a part of that fabric. We have companies that are in the supply chain that have accessibility to all these major companies that are around the state of Ohio, but also around the industrial Midwest. Intel, with their investment, has said, as they're looking at setting up within Columbus, they're looking at the rest of the state to provide access to what they may have in terms of suppliers, because they want this to be a statewide investment with this new plant, with the hundreds of people that they'll employ and the millions of dollars of investment they're making. It's not just a Columbus-Licking County investment, it's one for the entire state of Ohio. If you look at the healthcare ecosystem as well, we have a world-class healthcare ecosystem right here in our backyard, obviously led by a world-class institution with presence throughout the world, like the Cleveland Clinic, with hospitals in London and Abu Dhabi and Canada and Florida, and looking to expand their global presence even more. They have a hospital right here in Mentor, Ohio, and we've got great connections with them. But there's also 3 other great hospitals within the Cleveland area that we have connections with. We have a major research institution with one of the top medical schools in the United States right in our backyard. We have connections with them as well. We really have access to all of these different great parts of this healthcare ecosystem. One of the most major med tech producers in the world is Steris, right in our backyard. Started here in a garage in Mentor, now over a couple thousand employees that are right here working on really innovative med tech products that are right here. So this ecosystem is unique and, again, affordable and accessible to people that are looking to come into this market.
It's now a good time to ask about recent successes with this and the ability for a company to have that soft landing and immediately hit the ground running.
Absolutely. We've had a variety of visitors since COVID has passed us by. In the last 3 years, we've had a variety of different companies come in and explore on study trips the city of Mentor, what we can offer, the connections, the introductions we can make for them. And some of those companies have set up or are in the process of setting up their U.S. North American operations right here in the city of Mentor. Block Digital is a great example of that. A company from Derby in the UK made their first visit here in March of 2023, and they had an office set up by February of 2024. Almost record time for a company to get set up, but they were so enamored, I think, on their first visit. They would tell you this, the connections we were able to make with manufacturers. They do a lot of work in the digital space, marketing space, 3D visualization for manufacturers that are out there, came out of Rolls-Royce Aviation and have done work with Lubrizol here locally. They've been able to secure contracts with major manufacturers, not only within Mentor, but in all of Greater Cleveland and Northeast Ohio, based on some of the initial introductions we were able to make within that space. And that just inspired them. This is the place they want to be. They found it to be very affordable, even based upon where they were in the Midlands of the UK. This is the place they want to set up an office. They employ about a half dozen people now. And we're also looking at other companies that are currently right now. One made their visit just last month. They've already made a second visit. They're coming back again next month. An Irish company called Halcyon that does cooking oil, cleaning and recycling. They've had a tremendous response from area restaurants and caterers here. Great relationships already built with our area contract manufacturers. That's going to be another success. And there are a pipeline of other companies that have made visits here that have just been, I think, wowed by the reception that they've gotten, the potential for investment that they've received, and they're in the process now of trying to figure out what are the best ways that they can get set up in the U.S. market. That is why we're here, to hold hands, to provide that soft landing, and to provide the best experience we can so they feel very welcome within the U.S. market.
You wrapped that up in a nice, tidy little bow. I love it.
I tried.
Right?
I tried.
We're going to do a couple of things with this one, right? So
That's what you should. I mean, you know, that's the whole point. Get all the footage you need. So don't forget pictures too.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was just thinking
no,
about
that's fine. I just want
Let me
some
grab
stills.
my
So
phone.
that's fine. No worries. I just have to get into it. I always flub the first name, and then I just boom,
So
roll.
I was giving you the follow-ups just to let you roll, man. So you ran, you rolled.
I'm trying to roll.
Absolutely.
Trying to give you as much as you need. As we have a little.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the research aspect, the research opportunity, being able to work with Cleveland Clinic and some of those other organizations?
Yeah, I think we can touch on it. I don't know how much I want to get deeply into it as
Yeah,
far as
of
it
course.
goes. So yeah.
Okay.
You just want me to roll with that, or
Um,
so?
Do you still have the momentum on it?
I can try to have the momentum on it. That's for sure. So the Cleveland Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic made an investment in the city of Mentor a few years ago to establish a world-class prototype hospital, taking all the best practices that are in the medical field in terms of building new hospitals. They built that hospital. It opened in July of 2023. Full-service hospital, emergency room, 40-plus beds, all kinds of different specialties that are there. And they've really been a great partner for us in having companies visit that hospital, but then also trying to figure out how they might be able to integrate and work with a potential company that is coming into the market. And that may not be for everybody, but they'll at least sit down, they'll listen, and try to figure out, is this something that might be useful to the Cleveland Clinic? Alternatively, you talk about research. Bring up Case Western Reserve University, great research institution. They're always looking for companies that are in the real world space and how they might be able to network with them. And then again, that's not just in healthcare. They've got a tremendous engineering school. They have the Think Back box that's down there. It's not just Case Western. You also have Cleveland State. We've had great relationships with them. And again, it's also not just the research aspect. It's the workforce development aspect. Really trying to provide that workforce investment for students to figure out how they can use the curricular components that they have at those universities to directly integrate into these companies that are looking to make an investment here.
Do you care to talk about the relationship we have with some of the other agencies, some of the other support agencies here that can really kind of help?
Sure. So this is really, it's obviously a City of Mentor international trade initiative, but it's very much also a Northeast Ohio international trade initiative. We could not be successful if we did not utilize the entire region. So we work very closely with Team NEO, who's our regional economic development agency representing 14 counties. We work with the Lake Development Authority, and we work with Jobs Ohio. And we all work together to not only help facilitate visits. You come to visit the City of Mentor, more than likely we're not just going to take you around the City of Mentor. We're going to take you to neighboring communities where there could be a great partner, a great customer potential for you, a great chance to interact with someone else that might be in your field that could be beneficial to you. And then in those situations, we may have to rely on a Team NEO or a Lake Development Authority or even another city or Jobs Ohio to help facilitate those visits. We also rely on them, particularly Team NEO and Jobs Ohio, in terms of incentives that we maybe offer companies that are coming here. We, as the City of Mentor, we offer an international passport grant. It's a small grant that allows companies to kind of get on their feet, get set up if they're going to commit to opening up some type of office here and employ people in the city of Mentor. Jobs Ohio and Team NEO can work hand in hand to provide access to potential other grants, incentive opportunities that might be out there, because they all want people to set up also here in Northeast Ohio. They're partners with us hand in hand. We all play within the same economic development, international trade, foreign direct investment sandbox, and they're a huge part of the effort to attract companies in the city of Mentor.
Let's talk about the Mentor International Trade Initiative. This is not a common type of effort that's out there. I mean, really, there aren't a lot of cities, even 2-3 times our size, that have such a thing. What is MITI?
MITI, the Mentor International Trade Initiative, is an opportunity for us to network with entities that might be in foreign markets. So we have a lot of great relationships that we've been able to build with chambers of commerce, with multipliers that may be out there, with companies directly, with trade associations like MediLink Midlands in the Midlands of the UK, a medtech trade association we've had a long-term relationship with, Platform 94 in Galway, Ireland, CETA, which is another trade association that's related to medtech based in the London area. We've been able to develop great pipelines for those companies that might be looking again at the U.S. market. We're fortunate to be in a huge market that a lot of these companies want to access, and we can provide kind of that, again, helping hand, soft landing, backdoor access that they might be able to have as they're looking to come into the U.S. market. Alternatively, the Mentor International Trade Initiative can also help companies within the city of Mentor make connections in places where we have great relationships. And they might be looking to expand there, and they might be looking for customer opportunities. We've been able to interact with those companies to make introductions for them through these great relationships that we've been able to establish. The bottom line at the end of the day, the Mentor International Trade relationship, the Mentor International Trade,
Start that one over, just
yeah.
start it clean.
Here, let me cut up a little bit.
yeah.
Okay.
The bottom line is the Mentor International Trade Initiative is about relationships. Anything that you do in international trade in business comes down to relationships, the quality of them, the cultivation of them, the nurturing of them. And we've been doing that for several years. This is not a program you can just decide one day that you're going to travel someplace and you're going to expect 10 companies to follow you. It's a multi-year effort, requires investment, work, time, resources, and really engaging these people on a regular basis to build a bridge of trust between them and to provide, you'll want to do business with them at the end of the day. So if we're able to build those relationships, we're able to utilize those relationships in a bifurcated manner and a mutually beneficial manner to not only have companies that might be looking to invest here, provide them the warm relationship, but our companies that might be looking to look at opportunities overseas, provide them the best relationship as well.
How'd you build these bridges?
A lot of work.
Tell us about the incoming and the outbound trips.
Sure. So we have made an effort over the last several years to really make sure that we're spending a little bit of time, particularly in Ireland and the UK, but we've also spent some time in France and Germany, getting relationships built with trade associations, chambers of commerce, different types of interest groups, research institutions that are out there, but also their trade offices that might be there. The UK's office of, oh gosh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I can start that whole thing over. Let's start the whole.
If you want to or not, it's up to
No,
you.
let's start the whole question over again.
So tell us how some of these bridges were built over the years. Tell us about the inbound and outgoing trade initiative.
We have spent a lot of time and a lot of effort to build relationships with various organizations that are, particularly in Ireland and the UK, France and Germany to a degree as well, where there's a level of comfort, where we're able to spend time on the phone with them. I am on Zoom and team calls several times a week with various partner organizations where we've been able to build a relationship, or ones that we're just getting introduced to. It is almost like a spider web. You go in and you talk to one individual, and they're excited about what you're doing, and they want to introduce you to 3 other people. And that's what it's been. It's been a multi-year process, and we've been able to just reach out. We meet people in person at a coffee. We meet people in person at an event that a partner institution might be having, maybe a university lecture or something like that, and develop these great relationships and figure out where there might be synergies. And that does involve a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of phone calls, in-person meetings, not only welcoming those companies here to the city of Mentor, but also making the investment to go and visit with them in their institutions directly. And if you are able to make that investment of time and energy and travel to go see these people in person, again, it helps the relationship. You can only do so much through a Zoom or Teams call. You've got to be able to have that interplay, that interaction with them, that building of trust that exists there, and frankly, those organic conversations that come from just meeting someone at an event. If you're able to do that, that builds the trust and relationship and really puts you in a position where you can excel and really develop the initiative to the point that it is now.
Excellent. You've answered the next question.
That's fine. The incentive question?
Let's get it in there again.
Yeah.
What kind of services does the City of Mentor's International Trade Initiative offer to companies looking to enter the U.S. market?
The City of Mentor's International Trade Initiative offers a concierge-based service. And what that means is we try to have a phone call with a business that might be looking to establish here, or an in-person meeting, depending if we're here or there, and really have the opportunity to talk to them about what they're looking for in the U.S. market. What kind of customers are they looking for? What kind of partners might they be looking for? Are they making something where they need contract manufacturing? Do they need access to the university? If they're healthcare, do they need to figure out how our health insurance system works? Because it is unique and special, and they need to figure out how they can best access that. So we try to make an assessment of all of that, and then figure out if they're going to make their way over here on a couple of day trip on their expense, how we can set the agenda for them to make the most appropriate introductions for them to all kinds of entities, potential customers, companies they might be able to work with, the whole gamut of what they might need to do. Also on that trip, they might meet with attorneys, accountants, immigration, again, regulatory agencies that might be out there depending on what their product is. All of those different entities, we try to facilitate that as part of our concierge-based assistance program that we have here. And we find if we are able to facilitate all of those different types of meetings that are there, that's going to provide a level of comfort. There's going to be a level of interest. Someone's going to be interested because of how we vet and how we organize and where our contacts are. And we're utilizing the entire Northeast Ohio region to set up those meetings for those individuals that are looking to come into the market.
What's the biggest challenge you find from companies in the UK or Ireland? You know, when you say Mentor Ohio, and they go, you know what, I don't know where Ohio is. Really not sure where Mentor is. What's the challenge that you face?
It's always education.
Yeah.
And it's always it's time, and also making sure companies are always on a spectrum of they know they want to be in the U.S. They're just not really sure when that's going to be. And some people are ready to come tomorrow, and some people it's going to be a few year period. And we can talk and try to help anybody that's on that spectrum. But it's really trying to make that realistic assessment of where are you on that spectrum, how can we help you given where you might be in that period of time trying to figure that out. And really trying to educate then on what we can do here. And the unfamiliarity of what is Ohio, what is Mentor, how easy is it to get there, all the other assets and attributes that we have, making that education for them. And that's why it's always best if we can actually get them to come here. If you can get a company to come to the city of Mentor, and I think any of the ones that have been here would say that, they've had a great experience, they find it to be profitable, they find it to be absolutely beneficial. Some of them may then choose to sit up here, and some of them might, but they got great market research about the U.S. market, and they see the quality of life. They see the ability of people to live a rich, wonderful existence here with great shopping and retail opportunities, with great parks that we have here. We've got, right on Lake Erie, we have people that come, they said, that can't be a lake, that must be a sea or an ocean. You have beaches. We have all these great natural resources and environments and attributes, again, at an affordable cost for people to set up here. It's not just about the affordable cost of setting up a business. It's that if you're going to be coming here on a regular basis, maybe you're even going to be moving here or you're going to have employees living here, you want to make sure they're going to have an extraordinarily high quality of life. And that is something that we can offer here. Again, accessibility, affordability. It's not just for the business side of things. It's also for the living side of things, the quality of life. A very high one that we offer here in the city of Mentor.
I love that. Okay, that's what I was like.
I knew exactly what you were doing, yeah. Because I'm seeing in the background now, like, you'll have the pictures of people playing golf and like, all that. And that's exactly what I want a little bit of that in the video, so that's perfect. So.
I think one thing that cannot be lost in this is that Cleveland, although a small city, comparatively in the United States, has a tremendous amount of culture locally.
It does.
In the arts and in sports. I don't know if you can talk about that a little bit.
So obviously Mentor is part of the Northeast Ohio region. And again, it comes down to accessibility. We are 25 minutes from downtown Cleveland, one of the most outstanding cultural districts in the United States. We have the second largest theater district in the country. We have a world-renowned Cleveland Orchestra. We have a tremendous Metro Park system, the Emerald Necklace, where you can literally go out and ride your bike. You can take a jog. You can swim. You can kayak in our great rivers that are out there. You really have access to this wonderfully diverse, dynamic cultural scene out there. Great restaurants, sports teams that are out there. There's something for everybody here. And when you take companies around, when you see it through their eyes, I think you always gain a new appreciation of, wow, we really have an amazing amount of resources here and really can meet the interest of anybody that's coming into our area. And again, that's not just the city of Mentor. We utilize all of Northeast Ohio. It's a tremendous asset. There's so many different things for people to do when they're here.
Beautiful. All right, arts and culture, you got that covered.
Good.
What kind of international companies are a good fit for the city of Mentor?
We will talk to almost any international company that's looking for investment and opportunities in the U.S. market that are here. We do some specialization with healthcare because of the great healthcare ecosystem that we have here in Mentor, Northeast Ohio, the greater Cleveland area, with all the different hospitals that we have here, the research institutions that are here. Aerospace is also a strong standpoint. We have a NASA facility right next to our airport. Ohio has always been a leader within aerospace. We work very closely with partners at the Ohio Aerospace Institute to make great contacts there. We have great companies in both healthcare and aerospace right here in our backyard in the city of Mentor. But we've got great contract manufacturers, great precision manufacturers, great people in the automotive supply chain. We have professional services that are offered here. This is a diverse economy, and at the end of the day, we can try to help almost anybody that's looking to come here. Some connections may be really outstanding, some may be better than others, but it's one of those things that because we have that diversity and we do work with the whole region, we can usually find some outlet, some way we can help a company looking to come in to the city of Mentor.
Beautiful. What kind of incentives do you offer for companies looking to position their north? That's a long question. What kind of incentives do you offer?
So the city of Mentor offers to international companies at the very basis of it an international passport grant opportunity. It's a small grant just to kind of help companies get started, help defray certain expenses that are out there. If you're going to set up a small office here with employees on the ground, that's an important part of that entire equation. But then we also work with our partners at the Lake Development Authority, Team Neo, and Jobs Ohio to see what other types of incentives might be out there. Many of them are based on job creation, how many people might be working for your company, what type of investment you might be making. But we'll work closely with them and take you through the various processes that might be there to figure out what are the best incentives for you, what might you be able to have access to, what are the formulas that are involved for doing that and actually applying for an incentive as you're looking to get your business set up here. We want to, but the more intangible part of the incentives I think that we offer are the connections, the ability to have warm introductions to potential customers, partners, research institutions, anybody that might be relevant to your business. Those can be worth their weight in gold.
What question have I not asked?
I think you asked them all.
All right.
I'm good.
You got a big close?
I had a bit. Can I see that?
I
Yeah.
didn't write it on this one.
Oh.
You want me to go print it out?
No.
You got it?
I can look at. I can look and see what I had
Well, I guess.
what I had
From
said.
the email, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Let's do that, and then how does somebody learn more?
That's why we've had success with international companies and why we continue to thrive and why the city of Mentor means business. Because I mean, you have the logo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're getting it. So.
I don't know how to lead you to that, so why don't you just.
Yeah. The city of Mentor has a great, diverse economy that's accessible and affordable. And I think every international company that has come here, that has experienced growth, that experienced all the great connections that we have, they've seen that this is a city where they can thrive. And I think they've also seen that's why the city of Mentor means business.
Hold it. Love it. Where can somebody find out more?
You can find out more at our website, www.mentormeansbusiness.com.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Great.
All right, man.
Yeah, let me grab your mic.
So I hopefully
you
gave you
the,
enough content there.
Oh,
So
there's a ton of content. So
Good.
we'll
start working.
get this on YouTube for you, unlisted. You just kind of take a look at the video and check off some points for the short form. Okay. And then the longer form, we'll work something out. Perfect. All right, thank you. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, as always.
I think if we had something